welcome to my presentation. So today my topic is unlocking the blueprint mastering UML class notation for software design. So in this we will learn about ML, UML diagrams and class notation. So let's begin with our first slide. So first of all I introduce myself. My name is Sakshi Moore. I am MCA first year student and my today's topic is UML class notation. So let's begin with our first slide. So in this we will learn about UML class notation. So we will first understood introduction. So what is UML diagram? In this we will understood that. So we will let's begin now introduction to UML and UML class notation. Welcome to Unlocking the Blueprint. In this presentation, we will explore the essential of UML class notation, a powerful tool for visualizing software design. Get ready to dive into the world of classes, aptitudes, and relationships that forms the backbone of software architectures. So, in this slide, we see about that what is meant by what we will learn in this presentation. So let's move forward to our second slide. So what is UML? I know you have heard about UML, you have learned about UML. So just a quick recap type. So UML stands for Unified Modeling Languages. It is a standard way to visualize the design of a system. So in this we see the full form of UML. So let's move forward. UML helps in creating a blueprint for both the structure and behavior of software system, making it easier to communicate ideas among stakeholders. So in this we saw that UML helps to blueprint creates both structure and behavior. So moving forward, understanding classes. So understanding classes in this we will see understanding classes in UML. A class is a blueprint for creating objects. It defines the aptitude. Aptitude means data, and methods. Method means functions that an object can have. So classes are the functional building blocks of object-oriented programming, enabling an evolution and reliability. So moving forward, now we will see aptitude and methods. So as we see in previous, what is aptitude and what is method. So just few things about aptitude and methods. Aptitude represents the data stored in a classes, while method define the behavior or action that can be performed. Understanding how efficiently use aptitudes and method is crucial for building robust software systems that are both efficient and maintainable. So that like aptitude and method works. So aptitude is a data stored in classes, while method defines the behavior or action. Moving forward, now we will see relationships in UML. So there are many relationships in UML. So we will now see what is relationship in UML. UML class notation describes several types of relations: association, aggregation, and inheritance. These relations defines how classes interact with one other, promoting modularity and flexibility in design. Understanding these connections is a key to efficient software architectures. So, in this we see what is the relationship in UML. Moving forward, we will now see association versus aggregation. So in this we will compare about association and aggregation. So let's begin. Association represents a basic relationship between class, while aggregation indicates a whole part relationship. Understanding the difference is virtual for actuous modulating real-world integration in software design, leading to clear and more effective system architecture. So in this we compare associate and aggregation. Aggregation association is a basic relationship between classes and aggregation a whole part relationship. Moving to next slide. Now we will see inheritance expandation. Inheritations allows one class to inherit properties and behaviors from other, promoting code reuse and reducing risk of object-oriented design, enabling developers to create more efficient and scalable software solutions. Now we will see creation a class diagram. So how we create a class diagram? This is about that only. In as sir has explained in classes how to create class diagrams, how to create UML. So this is one of the creation of a class diagram. A class diagram visually represents the structure of a system. So we have, as we learned before, it is a virtual visual representation of the structure system. It includes classes, aptitudes, methods, and relationships. Creating a well-structured class is essential for planning and communicating your software design efficiently to your team. Moving forward now, we will see best practice in UML. So what practices we can do in UML when using UML class notation? Follow best practice like keeping diagram simple, using contents naming conversation and ensuring clarity. These practice enhance understanding and collaborating among team members, leading to a more successful software processes. So, how to create a best UML diagram? So, these are some rules and some points we can see. Moving forward, now we will see common pitfalls to avoid. So, what should we avoid while doing an UML diagram? So, avoid common pitfalls such as over complicating diagrams, negligent relationships, and falling to update modules. Saying Staying away from these issues can help maintain the illustration and clarifying of your UML diagram, ensuring they serve their expected pur- purposes. Sorry. Moving forward, real world application. So now we will see a real world application. UML class notation is widely used in software engineering, business analysis, and project management. By mastering UML, you can improve communication, streamline development process, and create systems that are better elegant with business goals. So this is the real world example where you can use this UML class notation. So if you master UML class notation, this will help you very much in your real life. So moving forward, now we are to the end part of this presentation. Conclusion: Mastering UML. In conclusion, mastering UML no class notation is the key to unlock the potential of your software design. By understanding classes, relationship, and best practice, you can create a clear, efficient modules that ensure collaboration and lead to successful software projects. So, in this presentation, we learn about how to create a UML diagrams, how to avoid mistakes, how to create a perfect UML diagram, and how it will help you in your future if you master in that. So here I am done with my presentation. Thank you all for listening me, and if you listen me till now, till my last slide, thank you for so much for listening and hearing me out. Thank you so much. Thank you.